Squad up, haters down, haters down. If you ain't about that life, don't come around, don't come around. Got the crowd, gone wild, gone wild. Tell me what you know about that Mem style, that Mem style.
Yo, y'all know what time it is. Y'all know what time it is, man. It's the Memphis Jelks Show. How y'all doing out there? How y'all doing out there, man? I hope everybody doing well out there, man. It's been like, what, 2 weeks since we've been live? Man, I miss y'all. I miss the mess out of y'all, man. I got something that I want to tell to all the artists, man. We artists, when y'all set up, or not even just artists, business people too. When y'all set up, to be on the Memphis Jelks Show, please check y'all schedules. Please. Because I'll book you and then I'll promote you all week long that you're going to be on the show. And then at the last minute, if some come up, dude, you just wasted hella promo time. I don't get paid for this. Yo, so y'all just check y'all schedules, man. It's all love, you know what I'm saying? This ain't picking on nobody in particular or nothing. We love everybody over here at the Memphis Jelks Show. But please check y'all schedules, man. If y'all ain't free on that Wednesday night, man, we can easily push it out to another night and put somebody else in that slot who will actually be able to show up. Anyway, man, thank everybody for watching. All y'all, man, we appreciate it so much, man. Everybody who been sending love, through emails, man, giving us positive words of advice, you know what I'm saying? Positive people been sending other positive people to be on the show and stuff. We appreciate all that, man. Shout out to everybody who buying the merch. From Amazon.com, the Memphis Jelks hoodies and the Memphis Jelks Show hoodies. We got the t-shirts, but it's too cold for some t-shirts right now, so it's time to grab them hoodies and all kind of other stuff over there. I think they got pillows and coffee mugs. I don't know. Get something with Memphis Jelks on it. Represent, man. Represent. Yo, I don't think they know. Well, I think they might know, but I got
drums, please.
What's up, man? What's up? We back, man. We back, baby.
We back.
We back,
man. You back? You gotta be kidding me,
back,
bro.
Man. Listen, hey, it's good to be back, man. I know, right?
Bro, it has, man. How you been doing? How you been enjoying the vacation?
Man, listen, it's been good, man. Last weekend I was in Panama City. My little sister got married. Shout out to her. She got married to her fiance. So, man, I was enjoying it, man. That beach was good, man. Them 70 degrees, man. Sand, water was nice. I enjoyed myself. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, well, you should have brought some of that weather and that sand and that sun with you, man, because it been trying to get cold in Tennessee.
Well, listen, I brought a little bit of it back to Chicago, but I looked at the forecast. It's supposed to be cold next week. So this week it's been good, though.
Yo, man. Everybody, man. Thanks everybody, who've been watching the show. Thanks everybody who've been cash apping the show too, man. Y'all see that cash app down there, man. We appreciate that. Every time that cash app go off, man, it show the haters how much, love and respect that we got over here.
Yes, sir.
So if y'all want to make the haters mad, just hit the cash app. We do this for the love, man. Oh, tonight, our guest, man, is a returning guest.
Yes, sir.
He's one of the dopest guests, man, that we've had so far on the show, man.
Yeah. His first episode was nice, man. Y'all go check it out.
Y'all definitely go check it out. He hails from Detroit, stand up. Detroit, Michigan, stand up.
Detroit.
Stand up. And he's coming out of Houston, Texas, stand up.
H-Town.
H-Town. I should have got a cup of lean for this interview, man. I'm snoozing. Shoot, man. Um, he hails, man, from two major hip hop cities. He's a world renowned international hip hop star. I met him through the one and only Chuck D.
Shout out to Uncle Chuck.
And we've been like brothers ever since, like we distant brothers. By me being all the way in Memphis, but I definitely would love for him to come to Memphis and rock a stage or two with me. And I would love to come to Detroit or Texas or the UK with him, man. And bust a move on the stage, man. Let him know how we do it down here in the M Town. Man, he has a new project out. The new project is called Noah's Art, and it's streaming. You can go right now and copy it, stream it on Bandcamp, on his Bandcamp page. And then you can also go to his website, boombapkings.com, and cop the album from there. Go cop the album. It's called Noah's Art. It is off the chain, and we're gonna play some of the music tonight, and we're gonna get into the first video off the project tonight. And I'm talking about, if y'all don't know who I'm talking about yet, I'm talking about the one, the only.
Drums, please.
And live!
Welcome to the Memphis Show.
Yeah. What up, though? What up, though? mr.jelks. What up, fellas, man? It's always a pleasure being on your show. This is my second time, and I mean, y'all didn't up the ante up on this show, man. You got the special effects and the drums coming out of everybody, and then your energy is just, it's like you even more seasoned in this game. Both of y'all real seasoned in this game, man. So, you know, I'm thankful, and thanks for having me back on the show, brother.
Appreciate that.
Appreciate that. Thank you, brother. Thank you for being on the show, man.
Yeah.
Thank you for always supporting since day one. Ever since I met you, you always supported, you know what I'm saying? Show love, man. Boombapkings.com. I'm with the movement. I'm with the music. Man, you've been killing it. You've always been killing it. And I wish I had your work ethic, man.
Oh, man, any way that I can inspire for what? Well, firstly, I thank you for the compliment, but any way that I can inspire and be a positive energy to anybody at this time and place and age in my life, you know, I'm thankful to that, man. You know, I know you're a little bit younger than me, so I was inspired by guys like Ice-T and Chuck D, and my uncles, you know what I'm saying, my grandfather, and I seen them go into older age, still giving off that positive energy and that willingness to not just inspire those, but bring those up, bring guys up, and continually to try to elevate, men in this hip hop game. And as it relates to the guy we know, Chuck D, Chuck D is colorless. He'll take anybody. He's male, female, whatever it is. If you can add to the equation or the pie and help the movement, which in turns inspires, that's what it is. So, man, I thank you for the compliment, man. I'm just trying to do something good in this life. That's it.
That's real, man. I'm just speaking the truth, brother. I'm just speaking the truth. You've been an inspiration to me. Like, even like when I first found out about the label, about the Spit Slam record label group, instantly I'm like, I'm trying to join y'all roster, right? Like, I'm like, let me see who all on the roster. Let me see who on there. So I go to like, I think it was slamjams.com at the time. It's been some years ago, and I saw it was like Detroit Antlive. I'm like, let me hear what he's talking about. I start listening to your music, man. I was just like, whoa.
I appreciate that, man.
Blown away. I'm like, man, I gotta join. Just hearing you off the top made me want to join, like, be a part of that label. Cause I'm like, they spitting, and no disrespect to the South, but you know what I'm saying. A lot of the music down here is more vibe based,
Yeah,
but I've always been more lyric based. I've always wanted to be like, come off and be more lyrical, and to
yeah.
hear your music, and to hear the way that you were spitting, and you were coming lyrical, and then you was coming with that real hip hop, man. I'm like, oh man, I'm at home. I'm at home now, man.
We, I, I appreciate you, man. You know, being from Detroit, uh, hip hop was it wasn't really relevant in our city in the beginning years. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it was more in New York. We were in the Midwest, and we had to get it through somebody who was either bringing it back to the D or whatnot. So, you know, I kind of studied the East Coast sound, and I always wanted to be lyrical. I was in a conversation with the legend Ed O.G. yesterday, and we were talking about, you know, I was telling him about the different type of lyrical artists. You know, you can have artists who have got metaphors, artists who use a lot of similes, and then you got artists who tell stories, and then artists who will be able to inspire people with the story of their lives or whatnot. And I think that's what, you know, my lyrical base and my lyrical content is about. Uh, I kind of get into the point of trying to tell you the story of some of the things that I've been through or what I've seen in my life. And you know, even though I'm from Detroit and I'm definitely from the hood, I've seen a lot, but I really haven't seen a lot because, you know, I was always focused. I've been in trouble, but at a young age. But you know, when I got it was just some random shit that could have put me away for life. So even with that being said, I always was still focused. I never wanted to be a part of the bullshit, even though I might have played in the bullshit from time to time, as we do as young men, and we roll the dice. That wasn't my thing. You know what I'm saying? So um, I just like to be able to build and be able to give you the lyricism of what I've been through, and hope that, like I said, hope that does something for you and inspires the people who follow my music, or just the casual listener, or the person who just happens to come across me, where they be like, damn, I could really feel what he's saying, but he's really just trying to marinate it as detailedly as he can. I think that's the difference, as we say, as you were speaking about the Southern and the East Coast and the West. You know, the West Coast, you know, the East Coast were very detailed. The artists and the lyrics are very detailed. You know, it's more of you watching the movie Scarface, and it's putting you right into every detail of what Scarface is going through, from him sweating to his fingertips being dipped in the cocaine or whatever it is in the movie. That's what the details is in the East Coast rap. But when you get to like the the Southern and the West Coast, they like to tell you about their lifestyle and what's going on in the most lyrical ways as well, but theirs is more of a vibe. See, I just got into Young Dolph. He's really dope. And I was listening to him last night, and I was like, nah, he's just as lyrical as an East Coast rapper. He's just as lyrical as an East Coast rapper, because the way he's putting together his metaphors, it's just a different groove, you know?
Yep, I agree.
Yeah, his style is a little bit more poetic. It's
Yeah.
almost like he having a conversation with you in the music.
Oh man, it's
Um,
beautiful, brother.
yeah,
It's his stuff. I just added him to my Apple Music, and you know, by me being, you know, what always was interesting to me in hip hop was it was always the voice, the cadence, and the lyrics, and I was just like, damn, you know, I get so caught up into what I'm doing and the boom bap and those artists who we listen to now who lead the boom bap chase, like the Griseldas or the Rock Marcianos or the Boldy James, the Flea Lords, guys like that. I'm so focused on that boom bap that I was like, yo, I'm missing this whole other movement here. I was thinking that, okay, you got to go underground. Like there's guys on the West Coast that are underground. I'm sure there's guys in Memphis and Tennessee that's underground as well that are lyrical, but they're just not on the forefront of the movement. And that's just the same thing as Detroit. So, but as I was trying to make the point with Young Dolph, yo, man, he was that dude, just like Pop Smoke. I really didn't know a lot about him until he passed. So I didn't really know a lot about Dolph till he passed. I was like, oh, so it's unfortunate that those two good ones had to go. But shoot, man, to me, as I've matured in hip hop, rap, all of it is lyrical, brother. All of it's lyrical because somebody listening to me, Jelks, my shit might be too complicated, but you might be right direct, smacking them in the face with it. Like, boom, this is how it's got to happen. This is what it's about. And I'm Memphis Jelks. So we're really doing the same thing, brother. You know what I'm saying? It's just a different type of vibe, but the energy is the same. Because, and I'll make this quick point to you. I can listen to boom bap right now. Let's just say I might be outside in my backyard shooting buckets, listening to Boldy James, right? And he got the real slow beat going, 80 BPMs, you know what I'm saying, 75, but he's very detailed, and I may be into it, like everything he's saying. But then, right after his song come off, you might get a Memphis Joke song that comes on. And I'll be into it the same way, into it. So you see what I'm saying? It's just two different vibes. It's just it's kind of you get wiser as you grow, and I'll be like, this is dope, but that shit is just as dope. You know what I'm saying?
You're right. Yeah, you do. You get wiser. Your taste get more eclectic and stuff. You know what I mean? Um, there's songs and music that I probably wouldn't have listened to when I was younger that now I appreciate. I've learned to appreciate, the art behind it. I think there was like a recently J. Cole was on a podcast with Lil Yachty, and he was saying how it got under his skin when artists like Soldier Boy came out with that and all that, all that
me too,
snap dancing and all that, and he felt some type of way. He was like, no, they're fucking up the art, and I was the same way. I'm not gonna lie. When I heard him say that, I was like, damn, I felt the same way. I remember when I first heard that song, I was in the car on my way to my mom's house. Excuse me. And when I got home, I called my brother and I said, man, they playing this parody song on the radio. It's like a parody. It's gotta be like a joke. It can't be a real song. I heard it on the way to mom's, come to find out, I had to do a concert in Memphis like that weekend or something. So I get to the concert, and as soon as I get out of the car and go over there where the DJ at, they're playing the song, and then there's these kids out there, and they're doing a dance to it. And then I'm just like, that song is real, I couldn't believe it. I thought that was a parody,
Yeah, man, no, man. I remember it came out of nowhere, man. I was like, dang, what? So this is what rappers turn to, and it was just for me.
It was like shocking.
But see, I work in the school system, right? So these are the songs that the kids would be interested in hearing. The young, I was, Soldier Boy and all of that came out. I'm working in elementary school. I think that's what 2000s or 2008 or 7 or something like that, or 4. I don't know, around that time. And I'm always doing music, but in my studio and the people that I work with and produce that would always come to my studio, they were always into my kind of vibe. So I never had to you know, I would never have to put my energy and production skills into that, or even engineer those type of sessions, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you know, it was new to me, but like I say, hell, man, I'm gonna be honest. Soldier Boy gave me the same feeling that sometime that I get when I was listening to Wu Tang. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? And
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm the
Yep.
boom bap king. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
My whole essence and premises is surrounded around boom bap hip hop, because I've been doing this since the early 80s. If hip hop has been around for 50 years, hell, I've been doing it for 43 years. You know, really like knowing about it and really trying to be a hip hop artist. Maybe I'll even take a couple years off, maybe 41 years to give me 12 years old. I mean, to give me
Mm-hmm.
11 years old. So all I'm just saying is, you know, it's evolved, and you know,
As you grow, you start learning. You start to have an appreciation for
yeah,
the growth
there you
of it,
go.
even if it's not growing in the way that you foresaw it
Yeah,
growing. And that's and like I'm the same. Like I learned to like love Soldier Boy and love his music. You know, but
come on, man.
at first I swear I thought it was a parody.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
I'm
You
like,
know,
that's
I
funny.
got teenagers. I got teenagers. I mean, well, I have kids. You know, my kids are older now. You know, my youngest is 19, but you know, uh, coming up, even though I'm in the studio making boom bap hip hop, my sons are still listening to what's popping and hot. Especially one of my older sons. You know, my son Anthony Jr. He's not here no more, but that's what he used to listen to. He used to listen to Chief Keef and NBA YoungBoy and all of those cats. And him and my youngest son William, you know, they put me on to these cats. So even though I wasn't making that or listening to that music, I would still have to listen to it with them or see what their vibe was. So I was always able to keep up to speed with and up to times with the music, sir. Yes, sir.
You on mute, Jelks.
I don't know what be happening. I think I told you I think this board. Ever since I played that Halloween song, I think this
Hey,
board haunted, man.
you did it.
Yes, sir.
Yo, and speaking of being haunted, the podcast is haunted tonight.
Is it?
Yeah, because I got a ghost in the background.
Okay.
So,
What's up with that?
without further ado, I have a surprise for you, Mr. Antlive.
Okay.
I have
Drums, please.
Mecca in the
Back in
building,
the
yo.
building.
What up,
What's
Mecca?
up,
Hey,
man?
what's
What's up,
up?
man?
What's up?
What's
Brother and
up?
live.
What's
What's going
up,
on, my
man?
man? Yo, man. I know you on the show tonight, man. So I wanted to stop by and thank you personally, man. Like you've done a lot for me personally, especially during my tenure at Slam. You came at a real pivotal time, and I don't think you like know like what you contributed, man. Just
Oh
with
man.
MF 911, your production, your energy, your hunger, your tenacity, and it meant a lot. It changed the trajectory of not only Slam, but even like my tenacity in regards to Supernatural, man. So like I wanted to come on and
Oh
thank you
man.
personally, bro.
Oh man.
Yo,
Man, let me just tell you, man. I really I'm very thankful and appreciative for that compliment, and I'm just thankful, you know, that uh you took the time to work with me. You know, we're not young men. I'm not a young man in the hip hop game anymore. I'm not 20 years old or 25 years old or You know, when you're those age, you know, you need more guidance, right? So when we get older, we become seasoned. Uh, you don't need as much guidance, right? But the dope thing is, when I was working with you at the label, I was looking for your guidance, and you know what I'm saying, and your support and your A&R, and you brought a lot of that to what I was trying to do. You gave me the structure, and even being at Slam with you, being the guy who was, uh, you know, driving you were driving the label. You were always supportive to me, like I was the $1 million artist. You know, you treated me, you know, very well, and you supported my music, and it made me feel like, damn, okay, yeah, I know these people who feel me. You know, I got a little pocket of people who feel me around the world, but this guy is something that he's saying about my music that's so good about it, where I'm really feeling like, dang, okay, he's saying it. It's got to be true. And I'm very thankful for that. So, you know, as we were talking about early in the show, inspiration, you don't know what you're doing for the next man. So I might be inspiring you, but you're just inspiring me just as more. So at the older age, where when I came with the label, you know, I've been around. So I'm just thankful that you took the time and that you were into my music like that, brother, to support what I was doing. Thank you.
I think Chuck, man, does a phenomenal job, man, as far as bringing like the brothers together. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
obviously yourself, myself, and then of course Jelks. It's like we're part of this. I don't know, man, like this camp, and he doesn't allow people to come into the fold if they don't bring value. You know what I mean?
Right, right,
So Jelks,
right.
he brought value, being that MC, the non-typical MC out of Memphis,
That's right.
with a
Thanks.
That's
bigger
right.
vision.
Yeah,
Um, and yourself, man, like you met Chuck when you were a teenager, dude.
yeah.
You was a teenager. We talking a young Antlive, a young MF 911, and one of the
Yeah.
things, man, he would always brag about was like, yo, man, this dude is just so self-sufficient where, you know,
Hmm.
he's producing, he's writing, and he's also creating his own video. So like you're like a one-man wrecking machine in regards to content. And that
Yeah.
just carried on, like C-Doc, my man C-Doc, who's
That's right.
yeah, and even Jelks, man. Jelks, produce, writes, got his own podcast. So that kind of lit fire under me. Like, okay, I need to start doing this too and
That's
doing
right.
more of it and
That's
becoming
right.
more self-sufficient. But yeah, man, brother,
I,
love you.
oh
Proud of
man.
you, man. Proud of
I,
you. You're doing things globally. You've overcame a lot of just hard obstacles that a normal person would have just crumbled and just said, "Man, But you turn tragedy into making it motivation. I love the way you honor, AJ's legacy.
That's right. Thank you, bro.
The grandkids. And you're making sure. Like, how old is Noah now, man?
Noah is 3, Ezra is 2, and Coco, who's down there in the bedroom with us, is 1. So
Right.
she'll be 2 in January. So all of the kids is stair steps, and it's kind of like the way me and my wife had our kids. We had them year after year after
Yeah.
year. So it's ironic that our 2 kids, our 3 kids, our 4 kids, or 5, 2 of them that had the babies. We have 5, but 2 of them that had the babies, they had them back to back to back like us. So, I'm just thankful, man. Like I said, this life is not guaranteed to us. So, you kind of want to do the best. Nobody's perfect out here. But you got, when you come across good people, and God gives you the opportunity to continue live, that means we can get better every day. And that's what it's all about, growth, man. This hip hop is a way it's brought men together. I wouldn't know Jelks who got a song with Bill Cosby, and just Jelks is like real positive. You know what I'm saying? He's just a real positive black man. If we're not even speaking about the music, we just talking about the way he carries himself and presents himself. And the same thing with you, Mecca. I'm like, yo, I wouldn't have met you, you know, and I'm saying I've learned a lot about you, just the way you move and just the smoothness, and you know, you're passionate about what you do. You know, I can definitely tell you move with the foundation. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm like, yo, okay, uh, I'm getting these gifts and these jewels from these different black men from across the world, from different locations when I would normally wouldn't get that. So no, man. With that being said, you know, we have to be thankful that we even get this time to fellowship. You know what I'm saying? Because you know, I can't really tell you much about. You know, I don't go to church every Sunday and stuff like that. I really don't, but I believe in God, and I know there's a higher being. You know what I'm saying? So I know that when you're able to build with other people, that even brings you closer to God, because you're able to learn from each other, and you know, your knowledge rises, and just beautiful, so on and so on. You know, I could go off in a different tangent on some stuff like that because it's just good energy. But you know, that's just what it's about. I'm 53, bro. You know what I'm saying? I don't have too many. You know, I can continue to rap and rap, but you know, I'm saying the same. I find myself, you know, when you're telling the story of your life versus spitting metaphors, right, or using similes. When you're telling the story of your life, it's a different type of energy, you know, when you can, the way I express it. So I'm like, okay, it's the next phase is my grandsons, because now they wanting to learn this game. So now I got to support them so they can carry on what I'm doing. So it's just about building off each other. To make a long story short, and responding to what you were saying, everything is reciprocated, Mecca, and this is just not right now. We still young, so we got a lot more work to do. I see, you know, you still doing the movies, you still traveling, you know what I'm saying? So I'm looking at those things and I'm like, yo, I like that. Okay, I need to be doing that. That's what this whole energy that we have. This is why we all building and together, because it's like, yo, we might be doing different things, but we kind of serve the same purpose because we got similar energies. We just all go about it a different way. And when we get together, we can get something special out of this. Like this fucking Louisiana, Memphis gumbo up in here. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Yes.
Yo, I got one thing to say, yo. Boom Bap 2100. So in the year 2100, man, Noah will be what, 76 years old, man.
Okay, okay.
That's like legacy, man, carrying
Yeah.
on. And I'm hoping Noah have kids. So there's like Noah
Oh,
Jr.,
yeah.
maybe Noah the third, and Noah the third is
Yeah.
probably like 20. So it's like carrying the torch into 2100, man, and just keeping it going, man.
That's
For Boom
and the
Bap.
beautiful and the great thing, Mecca, just to respond to that, because I love that
Yeah,
point that you just made, is
yeah,
that, you know, as black people, right, we've been so disenfranchised that, you know, we can't trace our roots, right? A lot of times, like we can go back a couple of generations maybe and be like, okay, yeah, well, that was my great grandfather or that was my great grand, but the majority of us can only do that. Yeah, I knew
yeah.
my grandmother and my great, you know, but and they don't know nothing else about their people, right?
Right.
But as we have evolved, right, as black people has evolved, and now we can kind of trace your lineage. You know what I'm saying? That's going to even be more important in 21. You follow what I'm saying? When Noah
Exactly. Yeah.
is 76, because he and his kids and his kids' kids are going
Right.
to be able to trace back and go back. And now we can follow, you know, white people, they can follow their lineage all the way back to Ireland, or, you know,
Exactly.
Germany, and they can go back to hundreds and hundreds of years back. So that's what we trying to build. So we trying to build that's what this whole thing about for me, is just trying to build a legacy. You know, my son Anthony, you know, when I start to get down, I have different days where I don't know, man. I try not to have them, but when I get down, I'm thinking, dang, my son is not here. What is life without my son? And then I just like, yo, you got your grandsons. So the legacy continues. So that means that just all that does is just kind of make me stronger. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Shit. Let me fucking what am I complaining about? Let me get on my job and do what my job is, and that's to kind of lead my grandsons. So when they have sons and it goes on and the legacy goes on. So yeah, this boom bap thing that we do and that I've done in my own little pocket. Yeah, man, I want it to go on for as long as it can, for as long as God put us here, and that's why I'm just kind of putting in the work and the time. That's why I'm so passionate about it because I haven't left my kids. I can't leave them. At this point in time, I haven't attained $1 million in my bank account. Hell, I haven't even attained 100,000 in my bank account yet, just to say, yo, that's my savings. So that's not where the legacy is going to come from. Obviously, financially, damn, Grandpa, you could have did a better job financially, but no, I didn't. So my legacy is going to come from, shit, this music and how he was able to tell a story and these videos and this visual that you can see that hopefully isn't just inspires generations to come. Hip hop 21.
Yo, jokes, man. I got a request, man. I got a
Yo,
request.
before you say that, man, I beg to differ just a little bit, bro.
Okay,
because
okay.
you see how people been buying people's catalogs lately.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yes.
You got one hell of a catalog, man.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Man,
Yo, we might not shoot like somebody might come to Noah when he is 20, 21, 22 and be like, we want to buy your we want to buy your granddad catalog.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Hey, 100 million right here. You know what I'm saying? 50 million or 500 million. You know what I mean? Like, cause you
Yes,
got
sir.
an extensive catalog, bro.
Yeah.
Extensive.
This-
I wish I had half the songs recorded as you do.
Man, I've been
Crazy.
recording them songs, bro, since the 80s, man. Well, and like I said, a lot of some of them songs is up there from the 80s. So, I just my partners in the group MF911, like, we all had different jobs in the group, and it was just my job is I wasn't the best rapper in the group, and I was the lead rapper though, right? I would say, Sid was the best rapper. Sid is the best rapper in the group because he has the best cadence, the best flow, the best voice. Manny's the most lyrical, right? But I'm the one that's out there, right? So, I have to be able to. The point. What was that? I got lost in the point again, man. I'm sorry on the show. Bring back the point because
We were talking about MF 911, like y'all as a group, but the point is like you got an extensive catalog that might sell
Right.
$100 million
Right.
in the future.
My
Yeah.
bad. So my job, like I said, my job is to be able to put us out there. That was my job, right? My job was to be the. I took it upon myself to be Flavor Flav, right? You know what I'm saying? In a sense where I could do whatever I did with the group to bring us out there. And the same thing for my solo career. We all had jobs, so that's what I tried to do for us to put us out there and to be able to present something that was that people could see and visually, okay, this is what we had to do. This is, what I'm saying, and this is what you got out of it. This is what my hip hop is. This is what our hip hop is. Yeah.
That's real. You got a request, Mecca.
I do, man. Speaking of catalog, and Antlive know what it is, man. I know we playing the new music, but I gotta see and hear the video for Taxi
Oh yeah.
by MF911. That's like
Oh man.
one of my favorite joints, man.
That's produced by Sad Rat and his beats and the things he's done for the group has been impeccable, man. You know, our MF sound is his sound, pretty much. Our sound is his sound, so that beat is specifically produced by him, Taxi. Yeah.
Well,
I
here
think
it is. Oh, go
one of the
ahead.
greatest songs you never heard.
Is that right, man? I think Chuck told me that was his favorite, man.
Yeah,
One of his favorites, man.
absolutely.
Yeah. Said the way, you know, it's ironic. I was speaking and said we were texting each other today, and he heard my new album, and he was like, man, he sent me a file, an Apple file, music file of, yo, he was like, you need to take this song and you need to sample it and chop it up and use it for one of the remixes of the beat. And I texted him back, why the hell are you telling me it is? I said, would you get your old ass out the bed and dust off the ASR 10 and make the beat yourself and put it together? You know what I'm saying? I can't be you. You understand what I'm saying? So hopefully he ain't responded to my text yet, but hopefully, you know, he'll get motivated and be like, all right, let me just dust off the ASR 10 and then maybe I can sneak some other beats out of him there. Understand?
Y'all heard it here first.
Yeah.
And here it is, exclusive MF 911, requested by the big homie Mecca and created by the big homie Antlive. Let's go.
The pictures were not pretty. The pictures were not pretty. The pictures were not pretty. The words were not pretty. For the most part, the story was downright ugly. Was it the truth? They called it Detroit's agony. An estimated 13 to 15 million Americans all over the country just saw a very bleak view of the city of Detroit.
Fly niggas remember the Titans, MF affliction, broken English diction, street ebonics, non-fiction. Watch the slums with a rat speed. I'm violent when the drums beat. Whole chord in the crack streets. I represent 3rd Street. I love to hear the max speak. The blunt plays, the pack make the backdrop. That says speed emergency. Niggas flee. No remorse, Gravano way of thinking. Poltergeist, gangsta shit, we rock ice. I'm feeling my life. Blame it on the weed, smoke a neck, got that Curtis blow. I sick them dogs on them, yo, and puff on that hydro. When the king's on a mission, seize the moment. I'm thugged out, I'm Conan in the mag, doing donuts and max. When I spit rap, I'm cold as the polar caps. Ill when the boom baps, now I gonna take that back to the 70s. Fly this shit can rap. The Euclid apartment is where I step my fingers at. It may hurt, but the truth is,
Detroit is armed and dangerous.
I spit sinister syllables in parallel. You massing Gill, I'm coming for the cash for real. I don't play, I just smash and peel. Hit the yak and get oil like ashy hills. Whose track could I not be on? When I drop kids off like hockey moms, and I double y'all squares like octagons. Look up, you're free falling, will not be worn. These petty despicable, wordplay pitiful. Power palace, I pocket, my pockets haven't been critical. B-boy stands with my Detroit ways. Still got a mean mug from my Detroit days. That niggas was dogmatic, RP the dealer. Proof from some other niggas, big up to Slum Villa. I rap obnoxious, flow unconscious. Fake goals and conies, word to my sponsors.
I know you're gonna dig this.
You rollin' with the grand incredible, style so edible. I'm on a pedestal, penetrate your skeletal. I let you know the deal, my super skills ill. So how you feel when it get real? I drill, still, and yo I build and mutilate. My rhyme game great, I detonate breaks. I'm elevating hip hop out the current state. Injecting metaphor, medicine to make it wait. Evaporate the whole scene like a ball peen. Rejuvenating Detroit, microphone fame. Coagulate your brain cells as I magnate. I'm magnetic, my style not sympathetic. The apparatus, classic like Gladys. Night in the pips, 80 proof sips. The devastator, actuator, levitator, educator. Yo, I see you later, Gator.
How y'all feel out there? Okay, party people in the house.
Motor City, Detroit.
bro,
Yeah, yeah,
bro.
yeah,
The lyrics, y'all, man, y'all wrote the mess out of
yeah.
those lyrics, man. And then who's cutting? Who cutting on the who's scratching on that junk?
I want to say, I think that's DJ Bless one that's scratching on that.
Wow,
My
man, he
my
killing
my
it.
one of my other producers. I think that's yeah, I think that's DJ Bless one. Hey, the dopest thing about that project and that video right there is I think my son Anthony Jr. he filmed 94 Hardcore, which was on that album, and I think he helped film that video right there. Said flew down here from Detroit. You know, Manny was living down here, and you know that was really a dope project. Said produced the whole thing. I mean, I had produced a couple songs, but hell, by the time the album came out, he had took my songs off of him because he was such he he was such in a groove, you know, with his beats. So I was just like, you know, I was like, all right, cool. I was mad, but I couldn't hate on it because the beat was dope. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
beat
saying?
slamming,
You
man.
know, so you know that project that was Return to the Bloodsport. So that was our comeback, and it was on the Slam, and Mecca was the executive on that one as well. And I just, you know, that album came together when we was dealing with so much turmoil. Well, I was going through my solo career, and another producer I had worked with. So, you know, Said was trying to. Uh, Said was doing the beats, and you know, Said is a guy who needs the peace. He needs the peace of mind to create, and with all of the stuff and the going back and forth, and then you know, it was a rough time, but it was organic, and it crafted a really dope album. You know, I think that album is probably the best MF 911 album, hands down, and it was just almost like a beautiful chaos that created that beautiful artwork, and you know, but it was created by grown men who are all leaders and who all had, you know, I don't know, I can't say we all had differences, but you know, we just was thinking in different mind states on how we wanted to go about them. And you know, that was a special time. So I just hope one day that me and the guys can uh, get together and tour that album and go do some shows because we uh we did a show a year, what, 2012 in Detroit, and then that was part of the energy of coming back because Chuck requested us that we put the album together out, and we was like, all right, so you know, it was like Chuck was behind executive producing that and supporting and everything. So yeah, it turned out pretty good. But 94 Hardcore, my son filmed off of that album, and I shoot so many videos, I just be forgetting how all of this comes together. So it was just a beautiful thought. Thank you, Mecca, for supporting that video as well, man.
Yo, there's just so much, and not to hijack the interview, jokes, man, but
You're
there's so
good.
much to this brother. He's Mr. International. He
Bro.
makes yearly Hodges to Europe and England. You got a whole scene out there that embraces the whole boom bap movement.
Yeah.
Of course, loved in Detroit, Houston. There's just so much about this brother, man. It's special. His daughter is killing it with doing her own thing in business.
Yeah.
Just an incredible brother, man. So I'm proud of you, and I'm looking forward to learning more about this new project. But just continued success, man. And again,
Man,
thanks for all
thank
that you've
you,
done.
brother. Thank you again, man. I like I said, it's a beautiful thing to have people behind you who support what you're doing. And you know, listen, man, I don't know everything. I'm not a perfect person. I just try, man. You know, I'm not the best rapper in the world. You know, I'm not the best producer. Hell, I might not be the best rapper on my block. You know what I'm saying? But I give it a wholehearted effort. You know what I'm saying? I put my all. I put my life into this hip hop, man. You know, to be honest, I put my life. I'm 53 years old, so you know, I discovered hip hop, and I always think that my first heard Sugar Hill Gang. I think that was in the winter of '79. You know, in fifth grade. So you know, from there, it was always hip hop was there, and I just knew, like, when I got into eighth grade, I knew I was going to be a rapper. So right, so with that being said, I just kind of give it my all, and raising kids, having my children, all my children, uh, they knew this was my life. You know what I'm saying? Because I figured, like, by having the recording studio in my home, that I was still being, home with the kids, still dad in the house, and still working that studio, and not be out of the house versus going to the studio. But it really didn't work out like that, because even though my studio was in the home, I was still away from my children. So, even though my studio was in the garage, or the studio was in my basement, or the studio was in my room, or whatever, room, I was still spending time away from my studio, because when they would come, I would have to be like, okay, I'm recording, or I'm in a session, or I'm producing, da 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 da. So it took time away from them, I guess is what I'm saying. It because shit, when they got older, they was like, well, no, you was in the house, but you wasn't here. You know what I'm saying? So I guess I was saying what the hip hop has done, where I thought that I was still dedicating myself to the most important thing, my children. I was still giving hip hop that great, or music rather, that great part of my life. So yeah, it's just been what I've done. It's been how I've moved. It's been how I think. Whether I'm working my 9 to 5 or whatever I do, it's a dedication. So a lot of positive things have come out of it, right? And then a lot of things where I could say, well, not a lot of things, but there's a few things where I wish if I could turn back the hands of time and say, well, yo, I wish I could have done this different musically, or I wish I could have done that different musically. But we can't. We live with the life that we have, and we build off of it. We grow off of that. So, nope, I put my life on it, and I guess the whole point that I was making, and sum that point up, is I'm 53, so that means, what, 13, 12 years, give or take, 43, 42 years. This is what I've done. This is what I know. So I don't know nothing else, really. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all got an idea, man. We need to have like a slam reunion where we get like all the groups and artists to perform in. Maybe do it in Atlanta, and we can have the Memphis Jelks show sponsor it. We can have him sponsor and fly everybody
Nice.
into ATL, man.
Oh man,
Jelks,
that
how you feel about
would, that would be crazy.
Whoa.
We're gonna have
You definitely want to
flyers
be a
in.
part, but I don't know about flying everybody in now.
Yeah. I caught that. I like Charleston White. Yeah. Let Memphis Jokes fly us in.
Because Chuck ain't paying for it.
Hell no. That ain't in the budget, baby.
No, it's not the budget, man. Not the budget. Nah, but it would be nice to have like a reunion, man. Get all the artists back, man. Just doing their thing, man.
Let's do it, man. I'll be the first one to sign up for it and to say that, yo, I'm in, man. Shit, that's your territory, Mecca, Atlanta. I mean,
Yeah.
Yep.
let's get it. We need the venue. Let's just do the review. Send had a review. Have Chuck there. You know what I'm saying? And if Chuck's there, you already know they're gonna come out.
Yeah.
When you get some other few heavy hitters, to come support it, just to promote it, whatever. That'll be a
Man.
dope slam review, man. To bring
Yes.
in. You got the
Yeah.
new spit artist as well.
Yeah. There
You
you
know
go.
what I'm. Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Speaking back to I hate to pull the conversation back just a bit, but when you were saying about how you put in work, that's what you did was you created a legacy, man. I recently the other night I watched this Netflix documentary on Sly on Sylvester Stallone,
Yeah.
and when you were just talking, man, you reminded me so much of Sylvester Stallone, man.
Oh
About
wow.
how he worked, to build, to build a legacy, to become, Rocky, and what's his Rambo, and all of that, all the movies he's made, all the movies he's directed, and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, you know, he said, the same way that you just said, I guess greatness sometimes you have to sacrifice if to be great.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
we can't
man.
we can't be in two places at one time. So I would just say don't be hard on yourself because you've created a legacy, and whether you know it or not, I'm dead serious about somebody coming and buy your catalog, or at least try to lease
Yeah.
leasing your catalog at some
Yeah.
point, because you
Yeah.
have an important, very important catalog that spans all the way from Detroit, all the way through Houston, all the way overseas, with one of the greatest rappers of all time, Chuck D, stamp on it. Um, Man, so you've created a legacy. So even if we don't, even if it don't happen in our lifetime, just make sure that your grandkids and your kids make sure
Yeah.
they own the rights to all the copyrights, all the publishing and stuff like that. Make sure they
That's
own
right.
that, because man, that thing is, that's your legacy right there. So you did spend time on it, and you sacrifice for it, and that's what we got to do if we want to leave a legacy.
That's
And you've
right,
done
man.
it. Watch
I
that
never thought about it
documentary.
like that. I never
Watch
thought
that
about it like that.
documentary. Watch
Yeah.
watch watch that documentary Sly on
Okay.
Netflix. It just came out. You're gonna see a
I've
lot of
seen
your
it in there. I was just watching Netflix the other day, and I seen that. And I'm a Sly fan. Today I was watching Copland. So
nice.
I watch. I'm a big fan of his, and he's somebody who I definitely followed uh, since the '80s. And speaking of documentary, is I have one that uh, we've been working on. Chuck is executive producing. He actually narrated it and did a lot of the interviewing for the documentary, because I have a documentary that we was putting together. So we've been working on it since it's going on 2 years now, and it's based on my travels to England, specifically going over there to do some shows, and specifically hitting the coffee shop, right?
Hmm.
And it's a two part series. So right now it's the rough draft is put together, but it has to go through the next phase. So the rough draft needs to be transposed through a real editor. You know what I'm saying? Who can take it to that next level. Hopefully, like Chuck said, we trying to get somebody like Amazon or Netflix or something like that, or just somebody reputable, even Tubi, to take it, versus just going to YouTube with it. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? If
Yep.
that's what the way I have to go, cool. But we were trying to see if we could. There's some way I could get it monetized on a platform. So I mean, I know Mecca, that's what you do. So I'm gonna definitely have to send you the rough draft and let you
Yeah,
see the rough draft for these, because I know that you work in those various fields as well. So I think
sure, absolutely.
I think it's something promising. You know what, man. You know, my life is my life I think is supposed to end up being, when it's all said and done, is, you know, I think I'm supposed to be an inspiration, right? I'm supposed to be like an inspiration, like something. I mean, a nothing to something type of story. You know, unfortunately, my from nothing to something doesn't equate into money, but you know, you can't take money with you when you die. You know what I'm saying? And even most of the stars, ones who got money, they blow it all before they die, and they don't leave anything behind
Mm.
anyway. So if you ain't really never had it like that, then you know, shit, it's okay. You know what I'm saying? Because it really doesn't make a deal big deal when it comes down to the end. But what does make a big deal is, you know, being able to think about, okay, and seeing see what my grandfather done, or what, even like, you know, when I look back and I look at my father, who was a singer, and you know, who's still a gospel singer, and he's still doing this thing. And you know, I look back at his videos and I say, wow, this is what I come from, and you know, this is where he tried to strive to be greatness, and this is why you should be trying to do this, because you know, age ain't nothing but a number, and you know, you live to the last day. You know what I'm saying? That God gives us life. So it's so much deeper. You know what I'm saying? Is the way I be thinking and trying to move with things, like I told you, with age comes wisdom. So there's so many positives that can come out of all of this. Yeah.
Speaking of positives,
Yeah.
Antlive, Noah's
Yeah.
Art out
Mm.
Yeah.
now. Can you explain to us just a little bit, give us a little bit of background on the new album, Antlive, Noah's Art is out
Okay.
now.
Real. Yeah. No doubt, man. I love to. So this is what this album is about, right? Um. In 2022. When in 2021 I was touring. I think I hit in 2021. I had just hit the chip shop. We did about 3 shows in England. What I did was rapping Noid, right? I think it was me and Noid. Yeah, it was me and Noid and Roscoe. And we did some shows over there, and I started recording. I was working on this new album, and I think automatically in 2022, I think in April of 2022, me and Ed OG
Mm.
went to England, and we did a few shows. So while we was over there, you know, we was recording and we was working on videos, and you know, for this project, because it's this project I was putting together, I had the features from some of my best guys that I work with and tour with. So I had features from Raz and Noid and all of these guys, and I was like, yo, you know, let's shoot a video. So we shot the video while we was on tour. It was really good energy. Came back home, and a few weeks later, my son had passed away or whatnot. So I had the album that I was working on, you know, and music wasn't an important thing to me anymore at that point in time. So, you know, for a year I was down. I really wasn't doing any music. But, you know, I picked this album up, right? Because, you know, I started working on it again because my grandson, Noah, who's with me, you know, my studio's in the home, he's always telling me, yo, grandpa, I want to hear some tunes. You know, I want to hear some songs in my studio, right? And, you know, yeah, I'm like, yo, I'm not, no, I ain't doing no music, no. But, you know, when your kid tells you, they walk in my studio and they'll be mixing with the mix board and doing stuff while I'm downstairs cooking or something. I'd be like, man, what are y'all doing up in here? So that let me know, okay, this is what I should be doing. So I wanted to honor my grandson and my son, and let him know that he inspires me. So that's why I named it this album, Noah's Ark, not as in ark, but you know, Noah's Ark. So I said, yo, this is Noah's Ark and my grandson's vision, because of, you know, a lot of the way I move right now and the way I've been moving in my life, is my whole life is based off of my grandchildren and my children, you know. So, you know, where other things mattered to me in the past, they don't matter to me no more. I moved to the beat of the kids. This is the life that God gave me. Yeah, I'm a hip hop artist, but my life is about this family and my kids and being a better man. So the inspiration came from him, and it was just it's produced by one of my longtime collaborators, Cream of Beats. He's just somebody who I've been blessed and fortunate to have worked with. He does boom bap beats, and my beats are totally different than his, but he has the sound that I love. So we've worked on like 3 or 4 projects together, me and Cream. So he had the beats, and I produced the songs and kind of put them together, arranged the songs, and I just really I thought now was the time. I've got videos for all the songs. I even got a love song video that I shot in Paris and London with my wife on tour. I took her on my last tour with me, and we did a song together. So it's just really me, man, telling you what I'm going through and how I'm living. Um, like I said, I'm not the metaphor rapper where you're not gonna get the red man. If you know my music, if you know my career, I'm not gonna be throwing you the metaphors like Red Man or Method Man. I just try to explain my story. You know what I'm saying? Explain my story in the detailed way that I can do it, and only way that I could do it. And it's just obviously it just comes from my thought, and I think this album just speaks to that. I got a song with Chuck, and I got a song with Raz and Edo and my man Roxy and Execute, my brother True Master and Max, and I got some good features in here. So I'm really, really pleased. I think this is some of my best work to date. And this is just part of like a 3-volume thing that I got left. I have albums, 2 other projects that I'll drop at some point after these, and that's it for me. You know what I'm saying? That's it. And because they're already recorded, I even got videos to them. I stay active, but this is just a byproduct of maybe what I've been through in the past 2 years. I got one song on there called "Dear Anthony," where I'm speaking to my son, and I just was just kind of just like what happened so fast. Uh, I remember watching him while I was on tour. If I'm in London, on April 9th, 2022, right? I remember sitting watching him on the Ring doorbell app, right? While I'm in England. And, I got the Ring at my crib here in America. And, we had our grandkids, so we got a Ring, the camera in the front room. And I just remember checking in to see if my grandkids was around. And I just seen my son laying on the couch, right, chilling. And this is while I'm in England. And then, being back home a few days later, and then seeing him, and then 2 weeks later he gone. It's like a surreal moment in life. Like, there's nothing prepares you for anything like that. You know what I'm saying? You just you have to really have a strong faith in God to get you through something like that. You know what I'm saying? So, what this album did would serve as some sort of therapy for me. I tried a counselor, and didn't really give it to me mentally. So I'm not a really talkative guy. I'm into my wife, so you know she's my best friend. So it's not like I'm calling and I'm talking to different people. So that's what this album did for me. It was therapy. It was like, yo, all right, okay, now it's time. Now it's time. So that's what this Noah's Ark is about. It was time for me to give you the best that I got. You know what I'm saying? And I really think that I really did. I really did. So, you know, I hope y'all enjoy it, man. You know, the first single is with Ed O.G. It's called Brixton. We shot that in the slums of Brixton, you know, near the chip shop. It was real raw. We was moving and shaking and filming, guerrilla filming. My man shot by my man David Payne. So that was a dope video. Very fly, dope energy, man. I hope y'all love it, man. You actually, if you got that shit, show that shit, man.
Let's get it. Let's get it, y'all. Y'all know we got the exclusives. Y'all know we got the exclusive here, man, at the Memphis Jelks Show. Y'all, hey, come
Yeah.
on now. That's
No
hey,
doubt.
we live for these.
That's how we do.
Here it is, right here. Antlive and Ed O.G. Brixton. Let's go.
You don't hear them bitches talking no more. We would've put some money out there and wipe all of them punks ass niggas out.
Well, it's the live ones. Separate the real from the jive ones. High strung, you ain't seen half the shit I done. All the next that I've rung. Hung up by they britches for the community to witness these relentless, cruel intentions. Turning enemies to victims, footstools over stepping stones. I keep it 100 over the beach. This is metronome. Detroit 96, Beamers, Bentleys, and Broncos. I've been around the world from the UK to the Congo. I'm pronto, Ito for Euro currency. Hurry, please, got a plain sense of urgency. I call it courtesy. You should curtsy upon greeting. I'm the God I shine was speaking beneath the surface, moving earthless off the radar from the beacon with my goddess. I told her she looked good in her Pradas. Let it show, no need to duck the paparazzi, being modest. When the glitch shine upon us, watch these ghouls run up on us. The streets be watching corners, rags to riches on these corners. I done retired from the Pyrex, fofo in the crock. From Detroit, Motor City, always punching in the clock. But my factory's a studio assembly as I rock. Ain't no overture, she like the way I move like pop. Chemists mixing in the pot, Ridley's believe it or not. Bonding valuables and bars on top of bars that's hot, and it's like that. So bust at me, I bust right back. Top boy status, another reason for them to bite tracks. I'm off networks, every day a new excerpt. Power series, the efforts, new dreams and networks.
Yo, F your network. Bloody beans stepping red dirt. Bob your head till your neck hurt. It's easy, less effort, without the guesswork. Titty baby, do them breast work. All sex work. In the gutter, do my best work. New sneakers in a fresh shirt. Weaponry like Lockheed. Going top speed, bang your broad, now she knock need. Cut it up, we do not bleed. As you jockeyed, I eat beef like it's stock feed. Now give me my space, I'm going warp speed. No water, so the plant dies. You can't lie, look into a man's eyes. The pool empty, you can't dive. Too drunk, I can't drive. Edo pass the keys to Antlive.
Yeah, that was raw.
Bro, that was super raw, man. How did you get Ed O.G. on that jump, man? That's crazy.
Man, I got a whole project with Ed O.G., man. A project that he's produced. I've got some joints that I produce. So no, man, me and Edo, we've been doing this together for a minute, but we just been building for a while, man. And it's a mutual respect, an honor to work with him. And like I said, by him being on my first single, man, it's my video streams is going up a little. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying? So he showed me, the God showed me definitely some love. I've been sitting on my next single I'm coming with is called Kane, and it's featuring Cast. And
Wow.
we shot the video in Carson, California, where he's from, as well as London, England. So the video, you know what I'm saying? So, hey man, I give it when I do these projects, man. I give it my all, man. I can't do everything, but I'm a one-man crew. You know what I'm saying? It's not like I got a team working with me, so I gotta promote the shows, book the shows, make sure the artwork done, produce the song, mix the song, master the song. So I've invested in myself, as we were going back to the prior conversation when Mecca was talking about. I put so much into this, and it's so many components that I have to do to make this shit come off, that it's like, the clock doesn't turn off in the head until I kind of completed what I'm trying to do. And my wife always used to tell me, she's like, boy, when you about to drop an album, boy, you sure to get tense. So and I'd be like, and I said, yeah, like, yo, babe, I'm doing a lot. It's like, if I don't make this shit pop off, it's not going to pop off. And it can't be all for nothing, because tomorrow ain't promised for us. And I've seen, Jelks, in creating these albums and doing these projects and supporting this music, I've seen guys come in the studio, being a studio owner, engineer, and they just, they only give it this much, right? They'll say, okay, I'm just gonna do this much, when it may take this much for it to really jump off, but they only gonna put this much into it. So I have to be self-contained so that I know it's gonna get done. And you're gonna I dropped the ball in many places. Like, a lot of times I could have, people say, yo, man, you could have been farther. My boy should have said, man, you were the next Jay Dilla. You were the Jay Dilla. You could have been the Jay Dilla, the next Jay Dilla Detroit, or a component of that. And it just wasn't in my cards, because I had to do so many different things. I had to get the deal. I had to sell the deal. So I guess I'm saying, in a nutshell, putting this whole thing together, and it's not easy, man. And then you got to work full time, and then the expectation of being a family man, and not just the expectation of being a family man, wanting to be a family man as well, and knowing that there's a balance and a fine line. Some guys will be like, man, no, man, I'm getting my 8 hours of sleep. Man, I've spent most of my life, if I've had my own studio, right? If I've had my own studio, when did I really, really have an official studio? I say my first real official studio, where I've always had a studio for me, but I'm talking about for the public consumption, and really to the point that it's making money, was probably in 94. So since 1994, when I was 24 years old, I'm 53 right now, man, I might only sleep 4 hours a night, 4 hours. Really, like, even to this day, like 3-4 hours. Because my clock I'm still on the studio time of the 1990s and the 2000s, and even the early 2010. I'm still on that clock. I got to get the session when the session comes. I got to get the money. So that means I have to, if I'm having a studio session with a client from after I'm working, after I'm teaching, so I might get off of work teaching at 3:30, get home by 4:30 or something after picking up the kids or whatever. I might have a studio session by 5 o'clock. The studio session I got to make that money. Studio session might go for 5, 6, 7, 8, 5 to 10. Okay, the studio session for 5 to 10. I made that little bit of money, but still, I got to still do the Antlive project, right? So this is a reoccurring thing. So it was serious. So it's just like, yo, let's sleep, put more time and energy to the project. So, you know, it's a sacrifice. That's just what it all comes down to.
Uh-oh, y'all. Y'all know what time it is. It's time for say whatever you do. Whatever you do, I'm gonna ask you 5 questions
Okay.
at live. And you can't
Word.
say Because if
Okay.
you say me or gotta randomly cash app somebody $1.
Oh.
Oh, oh.
And I just said it right there. All right, here we go. I'm good.
All right, here we go. Let me put you in the hot seat. All right, just whatever you do, just don't say man.
Okay, got you.
All right. Let's see. These are off the top of my head too. Wu-Tang or Public Enemy?
Public Enemy.
Man, I thought I was gonna have to cash up somebody $1. Just a random person.
You know, I listen, I'm gonna have to be honest. I explain this like this. Public Enemy, they were not Wu-Tang, but that sound that RZA mastered, you know, initially it came from Public Enemy. Plus, Public Enemy was the first true inspiration. Them and, you know, LL, you know, LL was slick. But when Public Enemy came, it was a different kind of energy that kind of encompassed me with trying to do, because Chuck served 2 purposes. You know, as a young black man growing up back then, you know, yeah, we were taught a little bit about Black history, but not the detailed things, and you learn the detailed things from Chuck in the lyrics. So when Chuck would say something back then, it would make you want to go find out or study it, or find out more about it so that you could understand. Because he was talking about a lot of stuff and saying names that I didn't know. And to be honest, I think Farrakhan, that's how I learned about Farrakhan, through Chuck D. Believe it or not.
I agree. Me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
It's crazy to say something like that too.
Question number 2. LL Cool J or Nas?
Nah, I gotta go with Nas. LL is my original idol, though. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, I wanted to be LL Cool J so bad.
Okay, you got to tell me why you went with Nas. You got to tell us why.
Just because of the lyrical content. LL, you know, LL rapped to the girls. He rapped to the homeless on the street. He rapped to your grandma. You know, he had, even though LL, he had, you know, he's an actor. Nas was strictly even though Nas did play in the movie, Nas was strictly an MC. He didn't even like doing the movie. You know, he did the movies, but it's like, yo, Nas just did it because he was hot, super hot. It just seemed like to me. But Nas is, you know, if you kind of, you know, put up best MCs, you know, how to be a rapper, or what kind of rapper do you want to be in any century, you're gonna say Nas. You know what I'm saying? plus the music he's putting out right now. I mean, his music is timeless right about now. I mean, with transcending with Hit Boy, you know, I don't want to hear LL's gonna come back and he's gonna talk about he's gonna rap to your girlfriend. Okay. You know, I don't want to hear love songs, man. I'm sorry, you know. I'm sorry. I don't want to hear love. But LL is, you know, GOAT status, so I ain't gonna lie.
All right. What's Antlive's favorite color?
Black, as in black man.
That's 3. Whoa! Oh, we might get out of this one without having to pay nobody.
It sounds like it.
It might have been a little when you asked me about LL and Nas.
Look at him.
You didn't hear it though.
Look at Antlive. He gonna have us paying people, man. The people out there waiting too. They like, please say
No doubt.
Don't do it.
Okay, I got a good one for you. Dr. Dre or Kanye West?
Dr. Dre.
That probably wasn't good enough. Let me scratch that.
Okay.
Kanye West or Pharrell?
I'm gonna go with Pharrell for the simple fact, right? Pharrell stays true to his sound, right? So it's nothing wrong with evolving as a producer. But what Pharrell does is he's evolved his own sound. Kanye has evolved, right? But he didn't evolve his own sound, if you get what I'm saying. When you hear Pharrell beat produced right now, right? He could be really working with Justin Timberlake or some new rapper. You know that's Pharrell. His sound might have evolved and it may be a different type of beat, but you still hear his elements that made him great in there. With Kanye, that I've noticed, and me just my producer analytics, he's evolved. His sound has changed. It ain't the same sound that we all fell in love with, which is not supposed to be. We're supposed to evolve. But he didn't evolve his sound, if you kind of get me what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yep.
His sound changed. It changed. Like if you hear all of these new albums, you know, he got a few samples in there, but it's all like a different type of music. And which I guess would make he's so great that he can do that. You know what I'm saying? He's so great as a rapper and as a personality that he can rap on stuff that on a sound that's totally different than what he gave us. I just kind of appreciate the producers who evolved his sounds like Dr. Dre. You know that's a Dr. Dre beat. Even if he made it in 1980 or 2025, you know that's a Dr. Dre beat.
I agree. And Kanye's known for flying in different producers and stuff and having them.
You don't know what's
help out and stuff. So yeah, you don't know what he produced or what Young Chop produced. You know.
I mean,
he got them all. He got them all in there.
I mean, the guy is just alone, just being Kanye is, you know, he's just great alone, just being Kanye. But I stopped messing with his music a while ago because I just don't understand his music. You know what I'm saying? And I'll listen to some of these snap rappers or whatever we used to, or whatever they call it now, before I listen to some of that trash, because I just don't get what you're trying to do. He might have 4, 6, 8 producers on one song, and all it is a sample.
They all came up with that one song.
And they all get the credit. They all got the credit for that. And I'm like, huh? I'm like, hold on, I ain't dumb. All I hear is a sample. I ain't hearing no other shit behind it that's making, but you know, hey, whatever.
You know,
Who am
Kanye could come out with a single like Pootie Tang and
And we
just
gonna
don't
love it.
say anything, and we
And we
gonna
gonna
love
love.
it.
They gonna eat it up. They gonna love it.
Just air. He was in the booth.
I'm waiting. I'm waiting for somebody to come do that, man. I'm waiting for somebody to come do that. But you know, man, I definitely want to take this time and give my wife, Katina, and I want to give my mom, Antoinette, and my grandmother, rest in peace, and these significant people in my life who were very important to me, you know, being able to make this music shit happen for all of these years. And then even, I have my youngest son, William, and he's been here with me through all my involvement as well in my music. So, I got a good support network, man. I'm a pretty blessed guy. So, I'm glad that no matter how I am, I still get that support in what I love. You know what I'm saying? That's what makes this hip hop all worth it. So, people gotta grab this and really just check out this Noah's Ark. You know what I'm saying? Because this project is really, it's one of my last. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely one of my last, and it's definitely, I think it's significant to hip hop, and I definitely think it's important to my legacy and what I'm trying to put across.
Y'all make sure y'all go to bandcamp.com and go to
Yeah,
MF911 and check out that Noah's Art album. Cop it or
yeah,
go to official Boom Bap Kings
that's right.
website. Go to boombapkings.com. And that's Boom Bap Kings with a S, not a Z.
Yeah, man. The page is up. I'm gonna be selling CDs. We got the T-shirts. The merch is there. We're gonna be touring this album. And I think my first shows overseas is in either February or March. I'm hitting up Paris. So we gonna be back in English. So I'm slotted for some stuff, far as from the performing thing. I don't think that's gonna stop because I like getting out of the country for free. You know what I'm saying? So long as I can rock a stage, I said it in my rhyme before, what I'm saying, for for a meal ticket and airlines a ticket or something, I'll come over there and spit it. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a passion to really, really want to go to the next level, and man, I'm gonna keep rocking with you, Jelks, because I appreciate that love that you give me on your platform, and
Thanks, bro.
I'm definitely thankful for that energy, man, because your show is growing and you're consistent, and you got something to say, man.
Thanks, bro. Which leads me to my last question, number 5. And please don't say
Got
Do you like performing better in the US or overseas?
definitely overseas.
And why?
Um, the energy is different, man. The appreciation for who I am and what I do. It feels so organic, being on here and speaking with Mecca and you guys. It's an organic feel. It's a natural feel. It really feels. It feels 100%. It feels like. It feels like, yo, man, these guys really respect my music or really like my music, and that makes me just like really, really, really feel good as a human being. And then that's the kind of same feeling I get when I go over there and I rock, you know, and they befriend you and they, you know, they really appreciate you for what you're doing and giving them this positive energy and taking your time to come out and rock. And, you know, rather, you know, you sold 10,000 copies, you know, or had 10 million streams, the energy is the same when you up in that spot rocking, you know, and they showing you nothing but love, showing my wife nothing but love, showing the artists I bring, because I promote and I put on these tours, you know what I'm saying, as well, because, you know, that's how I stay relevant, you know, is when I book the shows and promote the shows, right? And the ideal is I bring in the headliner, and I always come in with the headliner. So now that helps me to always stay relevant and always do the shows. So, you know, I've been able to build off of that concept, and I have my own following, and I just have my budgets that I like to deal with, and level of show that I like to deal with. And it just, you know, I'm not. It's not like I gotta have that money, because it's not money to really be having, and you be like, yo, I can make a living off of this. I know that I can't, but it's still a significance and importance, and it helps my music, and it just goes to show, it gives what I do value. And that's what this is about to me, as we spoke about early in the show, added value with Mecca, you know, added value, being able to add some value to whatever we get into, if you get me. You feel me?
Yep. Bring me on one of them tours.
Hey, man, the next one, Joe. Listen, man. Listen, the next one, I might have to do you like Chuck D did me. You know, I can help you out on some things. You might have to pay for others, but you know what?
I'm good on that. I'm good on that.
You know,
I got it. I'm good on that.
Then you definitely going. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Chuck will put you in training, baby. You know, messing with Mr. Chucky D, man. You know, he's the greatest of all time, but he know how to cut the budget, and he knows how to treat you. If you a rookie, oh, you gonna get that rookie treatment, but you in the big leagues. It's like making it to the NBA, right? And you know, when you make it to the NBA, you know how they say how the rooks, you got to go through the rookie hazing. I went through the serious rookie hazing with PE on my tour, my first tour. You know what I'm saying? All I know is Chuck was like, yo, you need to be at the airport. We going to England. We going to Europe on this day, and we'll have your ticket at the airport, be ready for you. I'll be like, all right, bet, right. Where the airport am I flying out of to get to New York to get my ticket? I don't know. That's on you. All right. Hey, I got the ticket the next day, baby.
That's what I'm talking about.
That ain't no problem to me, Mr. Chucky D. If that's all it took. But I do what I got to do. Some other people would have been like, man, no, man. I was like, man, not a problem. What else do I got to do? Do I need to sleep on the back on the trailer or what? You know, it's just, you know, we do what we got to do, man. You know.
Yo, that's how I'm gonna be when Antlive take me.
Hey man, it's like WC and low profile, so you got to pay dues, man. You know what I'm saying? So no, man, you gonna come? I'm gonna definitely have you on, man. Definitely to do that Cosby dance on a nigga. You know? Yeah, man.
We gotta talk about that, man. Bill Cosby called me one day. He was like, "Memphis Jelks." I was like, "What
wow."
I was like, Bill Cosby.
Wow.
I couldn't believe it.
That's hot.
Yeah, we talked for about an hour or something, maybe a little bit over an hour or something, but we say that for the next episode.
Okay, man. Well, I definitely want to be involved in that one because I want to know details on that one. I want to know if that movie did when he was walking the court like this, if that shit was real. I didn't know if that was an AI or what.
Yo, that was hilarious, man. He's still hilarious too. Don't get mad. He's one of the greatest comedians of all time.
Of
I mean,
course, you can't take that away from him.
He can take anything you say to him and flip it into a joke. And
Oh,
how you
man.
you'll be like, get the fuck out of here.
That's good shit, man. That's good, man. You still rock with him?
Yeah, yep, I still
Yeah.
rock with him. Yep.
Yep. I just finished watching Uptown Saturday night. You know.
Classic.
Yeah, they keep messing with him. The legal system. They don't want to see him do anything else. So it's like we were gonna shoot a video to the Cosby dance, and he was gonna play in it. And it was gonna be lit. Like, but the legal system just keep on bringing up these fake, false. Like, I don't know if they fake or false, but you know what I'm saying. They just keep on. He got out. He went to court, had a court date, whatever, got that out the way. I guess he was trying to, at that point he was going to come back and do the comeback tour. But then now they just got other people just coming out of the woodworks, just making up, saying what they're saying.
He can't get no peace.
They got him tied in litigation, yeah. And then if he says something or does something, they can use that against him in the court of law. So let's say if we would have done the Cosby dance video like we were going to do. They could have took pieces of that and kind of try to use that against them, like, oh, he was, he's taking it as a joke, or he's not taking it seriously, or, look, he did this video with this little Memphis dude and all this.
Well,
so they got
man,
him
there's
tied
still
up in
opportunity.
litigation.
Maybe when all of that is over with, because it's just right now, it just almost seemed like I don't want to be judgmental on it, but it just seemed like at this point in time, it's just a witch hunt. Let me just see what I can just feel like that. Let me see what I can get out the man at this point in stage in his life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right now, he should be just chilling. He got out of jail. He did his time. He should just be able to just chill and go off into the moonlight and all of this litigation and shit, man. I'm just telling you, man, this is when they come after you in this life, they come after you. So that's why what we doing in this thing that we, in this time together, in this fellowship, this is very important, man. And what you got going on with this show, what I got going on in hip hop and everybody together, it's just, we got to keep this positive energy because tomorrow is not promised to any of us, man. You just kind of take it one day at a time and just be thankful for it every day. You go back to my man in that movie where he be like, yo, taste the air. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, that's what it is, brother. But no, I really appreciate you guys. You guys having me on your platform, to really express myself and to promote my art. You know what I'm saying, with my creativity and what drives me to be who I am. Because that's pretty much when I'm talking to you in my music, I'm telling you who I am and what I'm going through. So I think that's my granddaughter calling me downstairs like a mother.
That's what's up, man. We got to do a part 3. Because I know you say you got 2 more projects coming out. Then you got videos coming out, so we want to.
Oh man, please, man, let me come back here.
Come air the videos and all this, everything. Come. This is like this family, like, you know what I'm saying. Come bring it and play it with family.
Well, I really appreciate you two guys, man. You guys are like the dynamic duo on this thing, and then you just you brought Mecca in, so that really made my week. I was under the weather all week. I hadn't been to work all week. My first day back to work will be tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? I was watching the Lions win on Sunday, and I got food. They food poisoned me after the motherfuckers won. You know what I'm saying? Straight up, man. I went to this spot here to get some wings Sunday, and I'm the only one there cheering for the Lions, man. I walked out of that motherfucker with food poisoning, man, and shit. So
Oh snap!
I've been down for a couple of days, but you know I'm good now. This is the energy, and this was the power boost that I needed, and the support that I needed right now. So I'm just glad that you know you all the way. You know you think about this shit. You all the way in Memphis and Mecca. You over there in Atlanta, and where you at, bro?
I'm in Chicago.
And you in Chicago. You know, and we all getting to build here together. I'm in Houston. We all getting to build here together. You know, we don't look at it as a big thing, but this is a special thing when people get to do things like this, because you wouldn't be able to do this years ago. You know what I'm saying? Our you know, our ancestors or our grandparents or whatever, they didn't get to do this kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Just think of if they were able to reach out and build with other people, and how much more knowledge of and wisdom they would have gained, and information and stuff that they could have disseminated amongst their kids or their, you know, whatever goes on and on, if they had a platform like this. So what you're doing is, you know, it's a slow grind, but just in the words of, like, you got Math Hoffa and you got all of these other shows, you know what I'm saying, Drink Champ and the Joe Budden podcast and all of these. Continue doing what you're doing, and you're going to bear fruit off of this, because your questions is right, your energy is right, and your presentation is kind of dope as well, man. So it's just gonna grow from here.
Thanks, bro. I appreciate that, man. Keep doing what you're doing, man. And I don't want you to stop after these next two projects. We just had Al Capone on here. We just had Memphis Icon or Icon Al Capone on here, and we asked him, you know, what the key to longevity is, and he said no matter what your age, you can look around and find some cool shit to rap about.
Yeah. Woo. I like that. I like that, man.
So keep it coming, man. Keep it coming. We don't want to hear the last Antlive project ever. We always want to know that it's more coming.
Okay. Well, shit, man. If y'all definitely gonna keep me, you're gonna keep me a place where somebody want to hear my shit, then I'm coming through. But my new single next week, I think I'm gonna drop it. I'm gonna give it to you first to drop.
Okay. Okay. We'll definitely drop it.
I'm gonna give it to you first, and this is gonna be the one with Ridecast and everything. So yeah, I'm gonna give it to you first to drop and preview it on your show, and I'll hit you up, man. But yo, Mecca, man, thank you, brother, for coming in as well, family.
I was all mine, bro.
Yes, for all of you guys. So yeah, man, I think my wife might have took my my son to work. So I think I thought I heard somebody say grandpa.
Oh, you got any last words before we roll out for the night?
There you go.
Man, listen, I think it was a good show and live, man. We always appreciate you coming on. I always have a good time, man. It's been a good show, man. I enjoyed myself.
Chi-Town, I'm a little disappointed, bro, because I was just in Chi-Town for my daughter's birthday party a month or so ago. It would have been dope piece to build with you at this point, but you know, while I was in Chi, but I'll get up with you the next time. You know, her hair company, TGIN, is based out of Chicago. So yeah, thank God I'm natural hair. So, you know, check out for my daughter. I guess I didn't give her plug, but definitely check out her product, TGIN. Thank God it's natural. It's in the stores all over the world. She's a young entrepreneur doing her thing. And, you know, I'm just glad that God let me be her father. So, you know, because I always tell her, I say, you were my NBA ball player. You know what I'm saying? You know, so, you know, she didn't go to the league, but she did in the business NBA in the league. So that's good enough for me, you know.
Mecca, you got any shout outs or any last words for tonight's episode?
Nah, just phenomenal show. Jelks, keep doing what you're doing. Big O, always good to see you, my brother. And live again, man. Thanks for everything, brother.
Appreciate you guys. And Mecca, we got to definitely, I'm going to definitely get up with you And,
Sure.
and Jelks, I'm gonna get up with you before the next video. Chi-Town O, it's always love, man. I'll see you guys very soon. And thank you for having me on the show again.
Anytime.
Yes, sir. Peace. Boom Bap Kings, Antlive, Noah's Ark. It's available now. Go cop that.
Squad up, haters down, haters down. If you ain't about that life, don't come around.